Hi, Khanid Capsular, and I'm now the co-CEO of Story in Advance, an alliance in Wampole, Losec, and Isaac. I'm also the co-host of the Khanid Capsular's Chronicles. It's a weekly show about Bloodlines news every Tuesday at 2015 Eastern Time Zone. We are at the last episode of the Amarr Empire, the Bloodlines. We heard a bit about the True Amarr, who are definitely better than anyone because of their ancestor. We also heard of the Ni-Kunni and the Khanid, who could never be as good as any True Amarr, no matter what they're gonna do. In the last episode, we understand that the most important thing for them is their one and only true God. That's the reason why they are all together. So I hope you're gonna enjoy to dive into their bloodlines with me, and please keep in mind that I'm doing that podcast to get better in English, so I'm sorry in advance. Bloodlines True Amarr. Pious but intractable, charismatic but haughty, the True Amarr are the dominant bloodline in the Empire and are both hated and respected for it. Foreigners often consider the True Amarr to be little more than slaving zealots who use a religion as an excuse to tread on the back of the commoners and slaves for their own personal gain. While this is accurate in some cases, the True Amarr are deeply faithful and want nothing more than their fellow men to be safe and happy under the glory of God and the Amarr Empire, of course. Many True Amarr view their own bloodline as spiritually superior to all others. This is backed up in the scriptures, which name the True Amarr as the chosen people of God, tasked with reclaiming the universe and bringing all people under one religion. This belief pervades nearly all aspects of True Amarr life, often leading to problems with other bloodlines, particularly when dealing with non-Amarr. Khanid, the only bloodline to have been mostly spared the indignity of slavery. The Khanid have faithfully served beside the True Amarr since the early year of the reclaiming. Originally a nomadic people on the Amarr home world, they joined the early empire as shock troops and heavy infantry in the war with the Udorians, winning themselves great acclaim and respect. The Amarr gave them their name, which means little landlordling in the old dialect, a term the Khanid have embraced completely. They are well known for their zealotry, so much that many other Amarr find them overbearing. However, the Khanid are deeply loyal and fierce in their defense of the faith. They have earned the respect of the True Amarr 1,000 times over and hold essentially equal status with the Empire. Many Khanid have risen to the ranks of holders, something virtually no other non-True Amarr bloodline can claim, and are seen at the very echelon of Amarr societies, just as successful, if not more, so than their True Amarr counterparts. Ni-Kunni, one of the few slave races in the Empire to have attained a widespread measure of freedom. The Ni-Kunni were originally native to the arid world of Mishi IV. When the Amarr conquered them, the Ni-Kunni willingly took the slavery, finding it not much worse than life on their uncomfortable home world. As a result, the Ni-Kunni are known for having escaped slavery faster than any other bloodline, as the majority of Khanid were never enslaved. The Ni-Kunni occupied a middle ground in Amarr society. They only claim a few small families as Ealdurs, but they have a very large number of wealthy merchants and businessmen among them, giving them more influence than their size would suggest. Ni-Kunni businesses flourish in many areas of the empire, and several industries run on the backbone of Ni-Kunni ingenuity and acumen. However, many Ni-Kunni remain poor and live around the poverty line. Discrimination against Ni-Kunni is not harsh, but it is endemic. And often Ni-Kunni find getting ahead in the world is difficult compared to their True Amarr or Khanid counterparts. Other bloodline. Billions of mid-metal lives looting the empire, either as slave or descendant of slave. Those free mid-metal are often the subject of intense discrimination and distrust from the Amarr, particularly in the wake of the Ealdur invasion. Most free mid-metal occupy the lowest rungs of society, struggling to survive. Though some enterprising or pious individuals have made respectable lives for themselves. However, as the centuries pass and old biases begin to fade, many expect the mid-metal to slowly gain more and more power within the empire. Ealdur. The Ealdur, without having been enslaved longer than any others, remained in bondage. The Empire has had them in shackles for so long that the Amarr almost view them as incapable of surviving if free. Much transformed from the soft native the Amarr discovered thousands of years ago, the modern Ealdur are tough and sick. Very few of them are free. Those that are tend to live lonely, uninspiring lives due to prejudice and lack of opportunity. Udorians. The Udorian culture is from the same planet, Amarr Prime, as the Khanid and True Amarr. The Udorians arrived on Amarr Island on 20,022 AD, spurring the static Amarr society into rapid change. Later, they were assimilated into the Atran reclaiming. They have long since been fully integrated into the empire, to the point there is now an Udorian royal house. The social and physical difference between the True Amarr and Udorians disappeared ages ago, although some traditionalists try to maintain some social and religious distinction between them. Wait, did I understand that it has people who have been able to be at the same level of a True Amarr? Wow, I didn't thought it was possible. So now you know everything about the Amarr society. I hope you like it, and please follow me and hit the bell to be advised of my new episode. Next week, we're gonna start to talk about another empire, the Ealdur state. I can't wait! See you next week, Can friends! You're clever. Of course I didn't finish an episode with too much time like that. So here's the bonus episode about growing up in the Amarr Empire. A person's life in the Empire is largely determined at birth. The child of an elders can expect to be given healthy food, receive the best education, and never want for anything. Aside from the children of highly exceptional individuals, commoners must make do with less in all aspects. Their food will be acceptable, their teachers decent but unspectacular, and they will know the need to ration and budget. Slave children can look forward to have lives laboring for their masters. Though the best and brightest might be selected to receive advanced education or be taken from their parents to be indoctrinated as one of the slave soldiers known as chimeras. Regardless, everyone born in the Empire has one thing in common: a constant reinforcement of religion. The natural order of True Amarr and Ealdurs at the top with all other beneath them, and an unrelenting loyalty to their heirs and the Empress. The church will be a constant presence in their lives. From the day they are born, with their names recorded in the book of records by a trained priest, to the day they die, when another priest closes their entries in that same book. Daily worship and evolution is expected of everyone. The rare few who do not comply are shunned as heretics and sinners. Children of commoners usually follow in the footsteps of their parents. The elder typically have the least freedom in this respect, as they are groomed to make over businesses or learn the family trade. Siblings may be recruited into the trade for larger businesses, but for those families with simple trades, they are free to explore their own path in the world. Commoners often take up the trades that nobles find distasteful, particularly anything that involves manual labor. Finally, slaves rarely get any education beyond a religious one. Only those who display great acumen at a young age and are singled out by their elders can hope to learn anything beyond the most basic knowledge necessary to their jobs. Life as a slave child is hard and monotonous, yet it is rarely dangerous. As a child, it is a valuable commodity to an elder. In this respect, the child of slaves may find themselves taken from their parents at a young age, sold to another elder who has more use for future laborers than he does for money.